Here are some tips on getting set up with WTB's TCS tubeless system. Okay, before we start, you need to make sure both the tyre and rim are rated for tubeless ready setup. For WTB products, the rim and tyre will have a TCS logo on them. Next, it's important to make sure that all parts of the tubeless ready system are present and installed correctly. First, there's the solid strip, a thin strip that sits in the channel of the rim below the TCS tubeless tape and prevents the tape from sagging into the spoke holes while also protecting it from damage if a spoke were to break. It's bright red, so should be clearly visible below the tubeless tape. WTB TCS rims are designed to be used with a solid strip installed, and it's very much part of the complete tubeless system. The solid strip feature is patented and unique to WTB TCS tubeless rims. The solid strip should be sat nice and straight, and it must stay within the rim channel all the way around. Next, there's the TCS tubeless tape itself. The tape needs to be in good condition and fitted correctly in order to create an airtight seal, so give it a check over to make sure everything looks in place. For WTB TCS rims, we recommend using a tubeless tape that is 5mm wider than the internal rim width. That way, both tyre beads will be sat on the tape to create a complete seal. It'll also prevent the tyre beads wanting to peel back the tape every time you remove it. Once those two are checked and all good, the final step is to make sure the valve hole is nice and neat and that the valve is fitted correctly. Any excess cuts or tears in the tape around the hole or a loose valve could cause issues creating a seal. Assuming all of those look good, it's time to install the sealant and get set up. If you've removed the tyre during the previous inspections, get that fitted again, paying particular attention to the rotational direction. Now, there are two ways you can install TCS sealant. You can either pour it directly into the tyre or add it via the valve. Either way, you need to make sure to give the sealant a really good shake right before you add it. WTB's TCS sealant contains loads of sealing particulates that settle at the bottom when it's left standing for a while, so it's important to shake the bottle thoroughly to create a nice even mixture. If you're going for the shake and pour method, just create a little pocket like this and pour the freshly shaken sealant straight in. Then just pop the last bit of the bead into place and you're ready for air. If you're going for the shake and squeeze method, you'll want to fully fit the tyre first. You could even air up and seat the tyre now to prevent any spills later on. Just before you attach the pump though, it's worth checking that the valve is sat in between both tyre beads. I've been guilty of missing this myself many times. To use the injector cap, simply remove the valve core using the tool in the injector cap lid, set the valve at 12 o'clock and push the sealant bottle over the valve. Rotate the wheel so the valve and bottle are now at the bottom, then squeeze the sealant in. And finally, to remove without spilling, rotate the valve back to 12 o'clock and pull the bottle off. Then refit the valve core and you're ready for air. Once you've inflated the tyre, the last step is to make sure the sealant is spread all around the inside so it can create a completely airtight seal. High performance and lightweight tyres have thinner sidewalls, so making sure you've got a coating of sealant around the inside is key. This step should not be rushed as it's the most essential step to ensure your TCS setup is successful. There are several methods to spread the sealant and they all target different areas of the tyre casing. First, I like to start with the bounce and spin method. This targets the bead, valve and the tread cap. Starting with the valve at the bottom, bounce the tyre from a height of around 1.5 feet, rotating the tyre approximately 1/10 of a turn in between each bounce. Do this for 2 full rotations, which is around 20 bounces. Second, I like to use the angle drop method, which targets the sidewall and bead while also pre-stretching the tyre casing. With the valve again at the bottom, strike the tyre against the ground at around a 30 to 45 degree angle. Rotate as you go and aim for around 25 reps. Third is the rock and spin, which targets the tread cap and sidewall transition. For this one, just hold the wheel by the end caps, spin it and gently rock it side to side. Lastly, it's the axial rocking, which targets the sidewall. Hold the wheel parallel to the ground with hands on opposite sides like this. Rock the tyre 10 times slowly, starting at 12 o'clock, then 3, 6 and 9 o'clock, allowing the sealant to flow smoothly around the circumference of the tyre. Repeat this 3 to 5 times, flip the rim and then perform it on the other side too. This helps the sealant reach all of the sidewall and fill in any micro pores. The goal here is to make sure the sealant and particulate get into all the nooks and crannies to seal up any imperfections that might be in the system. It's best if tyres are ridden immediately after setup. Riding the tyre releases built-up tension in the casing in ways that cannot be done in the shop, and this allows sealant more time to fully seal the tyre. Air loss for tyres which have recently been set up tubeless and left unridden is to be expected. Regular topping off of air within tubeless tyres is completely normal. Sealant levels should be checked every 90 days, especially when the bike sits for long periods without being ridden. If you are experiencing air loss greater than 10% per day, even after the tyre has been ridden, follow these next steps. Visually inspect for external leaks or sealant bubbling at the casing or tread. To immediately identify leak locations, the tyre may be sprayed with soapy water or submerged in a water bath. If air is determined to be leaking from the tyre carcass, repeat the sealant spreading process which targets the affected leak area. If air is leaking from the valve or spoke holes, this indicates improper tubeless rim setup. In this case, the tyre must be dismounted and the rim should be cleaned and then retaped. If you've completed all of these steps and you're still having trouble, please contact WTB using the details in the description and we'll be happy to help. Cheers for watching.